Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. I think it's Friday. It's Friday, right? Yeah, it's Friday. It's definitely Friday. It's not past midnight yet. Oh my goodness, man. This craziness that's happening in Savannah right now. This craziness, I'm gonna find the words. I'm gonna find the words. Hey, what's up, Miss Parker? But it ever since, like, how do you already something that's already a fucking circus? Okay, something that's already a fucking circus has now become even more of a circus. Like, now there's another ring in the three-ring circus. It's insane to me. And that fourth ring now is voices behind my balls. I I I don't. Okay. First off, I'm gonna get something out of the way here. Okay. You remember a kid named Quentin Simon, 20 months old, went missing a few weeks ago? You remember him? Because he's still missing, and he's still what this whole thing was supposed to be about. But now it's not. Now it's no longer anything about that. Um, and and this is the point where I get really, really mad about cases like this. And I always get mad at YouTubers. I've been doing this kind of content for 4 years now, and it just never fails. And don't get me wrong, I really hope, that people, that it just becomes a viral thing to wise up and not contribute to this shit. I really hope where I find one day where I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to talk about. I really hope that happens. Because I genuinely care that this little boy is either found or gets justice. And there are people out there right now, men and women, on a very tight budget because that particular police department is very now I understand most police departments, they never want to ask the FBI for help. Sometimes the FBI will offer help, and a lot of the times they decline and they say, no, we're going to keep this in-house. Now I understand why they seek them out, because it turns out that they're very understaffed, because that county is very, very poor right now. And so, and these people are working tirelessly to find the evidence that they need to find Quentin, but to find the evidence that we need. Now, I want to be clear. I do trust law enforcement's assessment of everything right now. I don't think that they would have named Leilani a suspect unless they genuinely and strongly believed that she did something, unless they had solid evidence that led them to this theory, whatever theory they have. I think that this law enforcement agency should be celebrated and supported 100%. The patience that they have shown these idiots that are loitering and disturbing not just Leilani and Billy Joe's household and home, not just theirs, but their neighbors, everyone around them. And their excuse is, oh, well, the neighbors didn't do anything about the abuse. Well, maybe they didn't know. There's always some way for these idiots to justify their shitty behavior. There's always some way, right? Now, and it's just turned into this. I let me just and I'm probably gonna play a little bit of, because what's also taken place is now we've got a whole nother Don and Candace Wells situation, right? not even a Summerwell situation, because nobody is doing anything as far as Summerwells goes. Nobody but law enforcement. Nobody's putting her information out there. Everybody right now there's just a few channels left that are just still milking it. But there's no development in that case. There's nothing to talk about. And yet there are people that are still milking it. But this has turned into a Don and Candace situation, because now Billy Joe has decided to go on Voices Behind My Balls channel. And I mean, this woman is clearly on drugs. Like, and you're probably asking yourself, which one, Billy Joe or Voices Behind My Balls? I think they both are. There's too much evidence and reason to believe that Billy Joe is. And here's the thing is, what's really bothering me about this right now is, by her putting them and milking and exploiting them, what she's doing is she's given them a platform to have some ridiculous bullshit feud with another idiot, blowhard strangler Betty. So to have some feud with her for clicks and views. And now this person, and this is the thing, and you know, you guys know me. You guys know that have been following me for a long time. You guys know that I'm always an innocent until proven guilty guy. I'm never defending someone who the public has already judged, right? I will defend their right to due process. I will defend them. I'll call people stupid for jumping to conclusions without any evidence. The problem, though, is that we have evidence. We have text messages from Billy Joe saying that Quentin is in a landfill. So I'm not feeling sorry for these people. I'm feeling sorry for their neighbors, but I'm wondering why law enforcement, besides the fact that they're understaffed, I'm wondering why, if he's in that landfill, they haven't found him. And this is also a true crime channel from time to time, folks. But it hit me earlier today because Billy Joe has not expressed anything on any type of concern to find Quentin. She dodges everything. Let's just look. I'll let you guys be the judge, because I know most of you have seen this stuff already if you're following this case. And
good evening, and thanks so much for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Dawn Baker. In a WTOC exclusive, Leilani Simon, the mother of missing Chatham County toddler Quentin Simon, is speaking out tonight for the very first time since he was reported missing nearly 3 weeks ago. Chatham County Police and the FBI believe Quentin is dead and are actively searching a local landfill for his remains. Police say Leilani is the only suspect in his disappearance as well as his death. And tonight we have team coverage with our Shay Schrader and investigative reporter Max Dieknike. We begin with Shay, who joins us live outside of the Simon home. Shay, what did she talk to you about?
Now, keep in mind, folks, real quick, keep in mind that law enforcement almost never, especially in a major city like Savannah, they almost never say who their suspect is until they have enough evidence. So I don't know what their strategy was there, but they almost never say that they even have well, they might say that they have a suspect, but 90% of the time, they'll say it's an open investigation and we can't give that information. So, or they don't want to spook the person. For some reason, they know for a fact that Leilani's not going anywhere, and she hasn't gone anywhere.
Leilani and I spoke about a number of things, including what she remembers from the morning she first reported Quinton missing, to what life has been like as the days have gone on, still with no sign of Quinton. I talked to Leilani as well as her mother, Billy Howell, who were both just distraught over Quinton's disappearance. They say they've been harassed in the days and weeks since Quinton disappeared, but Leilani wants everybody to know that she's not running away.
I'm here. I've been here every day since this. I am not running and I'm not hiding. And if something does come up that I am at fault, I will take myself to that police station.
Chatham County Police have repeatedly said that though they've named Leilani the prime suspect in her son's disappearance and death, they don't believe she's a flight risk. Leilani says that she and her mother, Billy Howell, spend their days in the backyard of their home because it's too difficult to be inside with reminders of Quinton and the fact that he's gone.
Every day that goes by is less tears and more anger, not knowing what's happening.
Now,
if that's even understandable. You wake up every day angry, hoping that you're going to get a phone call, and that phone call just doesn't...
Now, people, we're not body language experts, okay? You know how I feel about that. We're not body language experts, but there's no tears. I mean, there's enough light outside to where you would see tears. I'm not seeing any tears. I'm seeing some desperate act because the whole world hates them right now. And these are very selfish people, and they don't like being disliked.
Doesn't come.
CCPD and the FBI haven't released many details in the case and haven't said why they believe Quinton is in a landfill. Police say they're doing that to preserve any potential court cases down the line. Leilani and Billy tell me that they get their new information about the case from watching the news and that they feel all they can do now is hope.
We want something.
Well, apparently they've been watching YouTubers too.
We want him not to be found in that landfill.
No tears on her either.
We want him found happy and alive. We want him back in our arms, holding us. That's what we want.
No tears at all.
We're just hoping that he's in somebody's house and they're feeding him, and we're hoping that,
Yeah, I'm going to go over some of that, I think.
Maybe they thought they were his savior. But it's not.
Because I'm interested in where this case is going, and I have a theory.
Chatham County Police say they have no reason to believe that Quinton was abducted or kidnapped, and they have evidence that suggests he was placed in a dumpster and that his remains are in the landfill that they're currently searching. Leilani Simon hasn't been charged with anything at this time, but police say she is the only suspect in her son's disappearance. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. Live in Chatham County, Shay Schrader, WTOC News.
Okay, now that's definitely something that is of concern to me. But something hit me earlier today because we know that Billy Joe wasn't even home. We know that it was just the boyfriend and Leilani, right? Now, they called the babysitter, said, "We don't need you today. We're good." Now, right. Accidental death, possibly, likely, honestly. But what if it's just a speculative theory, folks, okay? Based on the stuff that we know, okay? So it's not, I would not consider this irresponsible speculation. But what if Quinton is alive? Okay. Now, we know that Billy Joe, and there might be something that'll totally shut this down, but we know that Billy Joe has acted just as suspicious throughout this entire thing as Leilani. As a matter of fact, just before Quentin went missing, just before that happened, Billy Joe had filed an eviction to have Leilani, her boyfriend, and the three kids, the three grandchildren, Leilani's kids, that are all a year apart, removed from the home, evicted from the home. She's done had it with them. Probably because there's not enough money coming in and there's too much money going out. Too many mouths to feed would be the motive why they would kill Quentin. Sure. That would be the motive if it was intentional. That would be a motive. Right. But I think there's also a motive behind what I think could have possibly happened, which actually makes more sense to me. What if they sold Quentin? What if they sold Quentin, sent text messages? Because now, for some reason, I mean, am I the only one here that finds it odd that these people were so at odds that grandma went out of her way to file an eviction and get those people out of the house, and now they're thick as thieves? Now they're on news stations pretending to cry. Now they're thick as thieves. And they're making a joke and laughing in the videos that we see Betty and Dolly put out. We see that they put up a disco ball to taunt these so-called protesters. So, right. And I think that I think that they believe that Quentin is out there because, I mean, think about this. Why? And I'm not saying that I'm totally like, this is where my head's at. The facts dictate more that, I trust law enforcement. So I trust that they're better at doing their job than me sitting here and sleuthing with my very little education. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely leaning more towards that. I'm just offering some speculation here. Because I'm trying to understand the behavior. I'm trying to understand the behavior from all the other family members. Nobody else in this family seems to care that Quentin is missing. They don't show any actions. They pretend to cry on a news station, and yet we've never seen, and everything is me, 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 right? They're the subject. Everything is me, 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 me. There's no, hey, if you've seen my baby, I pray to God that he's still alive. I hope that he's still alive. I can't sit here and believe that he's in a dumpster. This is what most loving grandparents or parents do when their child is missing, especially a 20-month-old, a baby. Okay? But what if they sold Quentin, and now that they're all good is probably because Grandma Billy Joe was promised a sum of the money. So now they have this connection, and now all of a sudden it's okay to live in her house. Why else would that be? You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying I'm entertaining that as a possibility, because just him dying and then being dumped like garbage doesn't make sense that everybody in this family seems to be okay. It's the weirdest thing. And the only thing that I've seen of these people act like they're being affected in a negative way, and they're not genuinely worried about their child, this little baby in the house. But it would make sense to me if there was some sort of cash arrangement where Billy Joe benefits. Now again, right, and the fact that they're all on drugs is, it makes perfect sense. And the thing is if they send these fake text messages saying, I put him in the dumpster, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that if the story changes, those text messages are not enough evidence to arrest somebody for murder, right? And if there is no evidence ever found, there's no crime. Because unless they find evidence that they sold Quentin, because what are they going to do? Not investigate the crumbs that they leave for law enforcement to look for? I mean, I could see a total meth head scheme like this taking place. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I believe that that's what happened, but I am entertaining it as a possibility because the motive for money would make sense, and it would make all of the stuff that hasn't been making sense make a lot more sense. That's all I'm saying. Why are they all thick as thieves, going out drinking and celebrating? Drinking and celebrating. Maybe they weren't celebrating, but when you're out drinking like that and doing shots and hooting and hollering in a public place, that's usually a celebration. So why? Did they collect their money and that's why they were out drinking together? Were they consummating this cash deal that they had between the two of them? And I would prefer to think that that's the case because there's a chance that Quentin could still be found and he's still alive. I would prefer that be the case. Now, I'm not saying that I believe it because I don't know the circumstances or the evidence that law enforcement in total, in full, I don't know all of the information of law enforcement's investigation right now that have led them to sending people out to search for in this landfill. But why is it taking so long to find him? Besides the fact that they're understaffed, I get it. But they are meticulously looking, and it's been days. And it seems like the longer... Sorry, I ordered something, and I have to, like, keep checking on it. Okay. It seems like the longer that there is no results, the louder these idiots get, and now it's spread. Now Billy Joe is like a regular now on one of the trashiest YouTube channels out there. She turned Don Wells into a drama and became buddy with him, having him on the show, and they were just shooting the shit. And then she turned on him and then created a drama out of it, and then just turned this poor Summer Wells case into a YouTube drama. And it makes me mad. And now, is it most likely that he fell in the pool? That's most likely. He fell in the pool, that they threw him in a dumpster, and he ended up in the landfill. That's the most likely scenario. But I hope that my very loose theory that makes money be a motive here is correct, because that would mean that Quentin is alive and okay. Well, maybe not okay, but alive at least, and there's a chance that he could be found. And I was going to read this article regarding the babysitter. I just don't know if I trust 100% everything that she says. I don't think that she's a liar. I'm not ready to do that, but she seems to want a lot of attention. And that makes me wary of people's character involved in these real crime cases. So we're going to move on to the fuckery that's been taking place. This is a video made by Hugh Janus, great clip channel. And just to give you an idea of the craziness that's been taking place here, and they just sit out there and run. I mean, God. Now, it should also be noted that somebody is on video saying that, who was out there saying that Betty was making people sign waivers, making people sign agreements that they won't live stream from this area because she wants to monopolize the content. Totally money driven. There's a channel called Six Up Media, and I'm going to share. Actually, let me do that real quick. I'm going to share a video that she made. I actually like her channel a lot. So let's take a look at this. All right.
Look, like Bullhorn Betty likes to say, you're the boss, right?
This is a very interesting
You're
detail
the
here.
boss. And again, another reminder. The first protesters that got arrested, the charges they got were not equal to the crime, in my opinion, right? I stated on this channel before that the reason why Bullhorn Betty and the protesters tried to get the body cam, and the police department said no. And the only time they can do that, Betty, you should know this, is when there's an open investigation. There was actually a news article where they talked about the prosecutor can charge more. Okay, this was false imprisonment. You block somebody's movement from their house, that's false imprisonment. I could sue you.
I mean, I wouldn't call it
okay?
false imprisonment.
Now we got
that's
Betty,
a touch much, but
terroristic threatening, and that's what she did today. Okay, if you read the law, it actually states that a place of assembly, right? And that's what you're doing. And we hear Bullhorn Betty last night backing off that she's a protester. That's in the video that I shared today too, guys. She's trying to back away from the fact that she's protesting. Okay. And how dare anybody come protest her? And I've heard a lot.
See, here's the thing: is they're not
screaming,
protesting anything
about doing it. Look, I have family that doesn't live very far from there. If anybody wants to get together and go protest these fucking idiots, do it.
See, I disagree with that.
For Betty,
I disagree with that, but I do understand the initial instinct to go there. I felt this way when these boobs on the ground went to Rogersville. I'm like, I'm in Tennessee. I could just go out there and I'll just counter protest them. But then I thought about it and I was like, well, what good would that do? What's going to end up happening is two things, at least one of two things. For sure, it's just going to add to the fuckery. It's just going to add to the drama and the craziness that they're creating out there. It wouldn't do any good. Okay? It wouldn't do any good. They're not going to just pack up and leave. What they're going to do is they're going to use that in order to have more drama content on their channel, and they'll just benefit from it. Especially if the other thing of those two things happens is if I would have ended up grabbing JLR by his fucking throat and smacking him around. But that's what he wants. That's what Dolly wants. Dolly is wanting, these people are wanting this thing to escalate into a violent situation because it creates more drama and dramatic content for their channels, because they are absolutely capitalizing off of this. And they're not protesting anything. So I do not recommend that anybody who has the instinct, who's rightfully angry at what they're doing, for those reasons, I do not recommend that you go out there and add to this. I would discourage you strongly from doing so. But I get it. Trust me, I get it.
stand on that road and scream. And look, last night they arrested somebody for blocking a roadway. And Bullhorn Betty's on the public easement screaming, right? That's how you protect. Look, they have no duty to protect. You are wasting resources. Every time somebody gets arrested, every time they have to come out there, which is all day, all night, those police officers make six figures. You're paying millions of dollars for what you have incited, Betty. This is all on you, dear. And I promise you that you're not going to get out of this. Not this one.
So what
Without
she's
getting
saying is
fucking
that
karma.
the police are making a lot of money because they're
I mean,
understaffed
I implore people
and
to please
overworked.
go to your city meeting and speak up. There's an elderly gentleman right there across the street that fought for this country that deserves rest. There is a family that had to put one of their family members in hospice because she can't be there and listen to this. That's the real facts,
Yep.
people.
That's absolutely true.
While you people are supporting this trash, and it's a fucking clown show. Why they grift?
Now, again,
Grift.
this channel's
Grift
name
away.
is Six Up Media. Please subscribe to
But
Six
we're not
Up
going to
Media.
change anything by being on the internet.
We
and-
may
and
not
speaking
agree
in
on
the
every
chat
little
room.
detail, but
What needs to happen? You see
she's
this email
definitely,
right here,
her
Mayor
heart is in the right
Johnson at
place, and she
Savannah.gov.
does good work
The
because
city meeting is at 6:30 p.m.
you see what she's saying here.
Maybe
I'm
you
talking
call
over
and
it,
ask
but
if
this
you
is
can
why
attend
I say
via
she's a
Zoom.
great channel.
Maybe I'll try that 30 p.m. here, Mayor John, and speaking in a chat room. But we're not going to change anything by being on the internet and speaking in a chat room. What needs to happen, you see this email right here, Mayor Johnson at Savannah.gov. The city meeting is at 6:30 p.m.
A city meeting
Maybe you
taking
can call
place
and
while
ask
they're
if
in
you can
town.
attend via Zoom. Maybe I'll try that. The only way
And
to
we
make
know how much Strangler Betty likes to crash city meetings, school board meetings. She loves to do that just to make a name for herself. Why didn't she do this? Why wasn't she there? Why is she planted in front of their house?
make change and affect change is to go to city meetings. But I think people need to realize Savannah is one of the most beautiful cities, okay,
It is. I love Savannah.
in the nation.
It's so
It is
historic.
a high tourist area, and they haven't had that for the last couple years. And again, this is the biggest on-taking. After we get through all this, we see what the city has actually spent. And that'll be interesting to see. You know, it'd be cool to do something like audit exactly what was spent on just the protesters, right? Protesters. I'm putting
Right.
that in
How many
quotations,
cops had
right?
to go
Because
out
that's
there?
not what they fucking are.
They're
Betty,
not
you're
protesters.
a fucking poser. If you were there to protest, like you said, right? And DCFS and the cops and the prosecutor and the chief, they're
That's
all
who
the
you would be
problem, right? And the
protesting.
mayor. Why are you not going? Do you think we're going to see Betty at the city meeting at 6:30 p.m.?
Nope.
Again, I'll tag her in this video. My videos aren't that long, Betty. I will make sure that it's in
She
the
would have made
title,
the news,
right?
everything.
6:30 p.m. tonight, bitch. Pull up.
But see, there are two reasons why I don't think that she attended that meeting. There are two reasons why I don't think that she attended that meeting. The one reason is because she's not protesting shit. She's trying to stir shit up and create drama for her content on her channel. Second is because she didn't even fucking know that it was taking place. Now, if she was so on top of the police doing their job, and she was so on top of making sure that Quentin was getting all of the care into the search for him to get justice, as she says, well, then she would have looked into this. She would have done a simple search. Is there a meeting that I can attend? Because she did that when she came to Rogersville. She didn't attend a meeting, but she showed up to the DA's office. She showed up to all kinds of different places to try to get interviews with these people regarding Dawn and Candace. Because they weren't searching for Summer. They assumed that Summer was dead when there was no indication that she was. There's no evidence to indicate that she was, that she was hurt or killed. Nothing. No indication. But they jumped to that conclusion simply because they just didn't like Don and Candace and their lifestyle. Fair enough. Most of us don't like Don and Candace's lifestyle, but their lifestyle doesn't necessarily make them murderers. So, as far as Quentin Simon, most of us don't agree with Billy Joe's lifestyle or Leilani's lifestyle. Most of us don't, but we have text messages and behavior that gives us reason to believe that, on top of the fact that the police believe it and have gone public saying it, that's enough for me to go, okay. That's enough for me to go, yeah, fuck these people. But if it was just their lifestyles, if it was just having failed drug tests and CPS reports that gave negative comments on them, if it was just that, I'm going to be like, that doesn't make them murderers. That doesn't mean anything. We don't know anything. But there's a lot more information that law enforcement has been sharing with us. Now, Betty, if she knew, if she actually cared about finding Quentin, and she's sitting there trash talking the cops, well, then she would have found out about this town meeting, and she would have shown up to the town meeting and addressed the police directly. And she would have gotten on the news, but she didn't know about it. Now, if she knew about it, do I think that she would have gone? Absolutely. I think she would have gone absolutely. It's too much publicity to pass up. But she didn't know about it. Why didn't she know about it? Because she doesn't give a fuck. Because she doesn't care. Because she is an abusive person by nature, and we have tons of evidence. A rap sheet of 42 charges that prove that she is someone of an abusive nature. And so that person who is of an abusive nature is out there harassing people, yelling at people, trying to police the people that she even enticed to come out there, and trying to control them, but not control them in a productive way, in the sense of trying to protect them. She's trying to control them, saying, you can't live stream out here. Only me and Dolly can do it. If you're going to be out here, this is my show. So we're going to get into the footage now. Tragedy Pimps Exposed just dropped a new video. I'm going to go ahead and play that real quick. I got to be careful because sometimes see, I can't play that music. I can't play that music.
I'm going to have a billboard so big out here tomorrow. They just don't even know. They just don't even see it. Let the games begin. Say anything else? I'll give you a voice. Hey, Leilani, are you going to write me back, Leilani?
Wow.
You going to write me back, girl? You going to try to hide? Don't hide.
Yeah, this is all just about being abusive.
Hey, Bert! Hey, Bert! Hey, Bert! Crackhead. Let's do it, you crackhead. I won't mute you like Betty. Your fucking face is really disgusting. Your belly, look at that. What is that? What is
Wow.
that? What is the fuck is that? What is that? What is it? What is it?
Dude, Dolly is nobody to be fucking with people's looks, dude. Like, have you seen a picture of him without his hat on or without his shirt on? It's so gross. Like, that dude has never seen the inside of a gym. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. He's never seen the inside of a gym. It's almost like he doesn't even own a mirror. It's insane.
What is that? What am I looking at? What am I looking at, woman? Look, what am I looking at? You haven't wiped that ass in 6 months. You can't even reach that ass.
Like, these are just innocent neighbors in their own neighborhood, and these are outsiders. These are people who traveled to another state to sit in their neighborhood where they pay mortgages, where they pay rent, where they pay utility bills, where they care for their landscaping. People that take pride in their home. And the minimum that they deserve for that is peace. Peace and quiet.
You can't even reach that ass. She can't even reach it. She got the biggest falupa I ever seen in my life. She has enough falupa for 3 benches.
It's fupa, dickhead.
She got falupa in different area codes. Area codes. Ah, go somewhere, you cockroach. You smell like dick breath. You smell like baby killer.
Evil Ash, thanks. Honestly, it would be great to see Betty and Dolly chased away by some undead Civil War soldiers. Yeah.
Oh. Thank you, Savage. Thank you. Thank you, Boo Boo. Thank you. You gave us everything I needed. Everything.
If you don't get the fuck away from me, I will have you, because right now you are in the middle of the road. Somebody record her. Record her. She is in the middle of the road. That's
Carry your ass, Roach. Carry your ass, Roach. You're a piece of.
Like, do you see? These are people living in their own neighborhood, simply wanting peace and quiet. And of course, Betty is threatening. She wants something to escalate here. Crispy Critter, thank you. Still can't send super chats. This is
Piece of
unbelievable.
trash. You smell like shit. You smell like shit. Your people ain't shit. You ain't shit. Your mom ain't shit. Your daddy ain't shit. Every generation of motherfucker involved with you ain't shit. Okay? What part of you ain't shit don't you get? You don't get the you ain't or the shit part. You ain't.
How, dude, she's got a fucking stroller with a baby in it. And this is how they're treating her and talking to her. She has a stroller with a baby in it. Oh my God. Oh my God. I hope somebody whoops his ass. I swear to God. I hope somebody whoops his ass.
Ain't shit. You ain't shit.
Oh, it's
I'm
a
in
puppy.
Georgia,
It's a
bitch. This is
dog.
where I'm from.
Okay, thank you.
Bitch, you're from the street, bitch. You're from the
That's right. You crack whore.
Okay,
I
thank
know
you.
a crack whore when I see one.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Crack whore. Fuck you, crack whore.
Well, I mean, I know it's not the same thing, but the dog doesn't even deserve that shit. The dog
you,
doesn't
crack
even
whore.
deserve that shit.
Oh. Shut up, crack whore. We don't want to buy no ass from you out here. All right? We wouldn't give you $5 for that stand.
I mean, here's the thing. Do I think that the lady should have by now just simply turned around and gone about her way? Yeah, but is she wrong for what she's doing though? No, it's her neighborhood. Why shouldn't she stand her ground? You know what I mean? Other than, you know what, if it's abusive, if she takes it as abuse, which it is, it's just a question of, you know, how she's handling it. But she lives there. She has the right to handle it however she wants. Do I think personally she should just turn around? Because I don't think that she understands that all she's doing is giving them content. And the heartless fuckers that give them money and subscribe to their content, those heartless motherfuckers, think this is funny. And it's ridiculous. It just tells you the kind of audience that these people attract. It tells you everything you need to know.
That stink ass. Don't be out here trying to use the Lord's name to sell your ass. Don't be trying to use the Lord's name to sell that ass. A whole lot of prostitution going on out here. Don't piss me off now. Don't piss me the fuck off.
Nobody cares about a pissed off hobbit, dude. Shut up.
Oh,
dude, I hope a
tell
woman.
Savage I said, hey.
I hope a woman beats his ass. That's what I really hope. That's what I'm really hoping. I'm hoping that a woman who's got kids at home and is sick and tired, and he fucking mouths off to her, and she just beats his ass. Who's got like MMA experience. I truly hope that happens. I don't want her to get arrested for it, but I'm hoping to see him get his ass kicked, and then she gets away with it on a technicality. That's what I'm hoping will happen.
You'll see me. As soon as I strike all them videos and have her ass up in court. Crack whore.
Yo, and Savage, I was in her chat. Her intro, man, her intro game got strong.
What's up, guys?
I like Savage's channel.
Over and kick that bitch in the ass every shit, every goddamn word.
Leilani, I'm going to write you. I'm going to write you, Leilani. I promise. You going to write me back? You going to write me back? What? Leilani, I thought we were cool. I thought we were friends. Me and you go way back, girl. We like peanut butter and jelly. Come on, Leilani.
Jesus Christ.
By tomorrow, you're going to have a restraining order on you. You're not even going to be able to come on this road. Violent criminal bitch.
Don't say nothing to that dirty, trashy piece of shit.
So there's Strangler Betty threatening somebody who lives there and taking ownership of this area and saying that somebody that lives there is going to get slapped with a restraining order and they're not going to even be able to walk on the road. That's her logic. That's the kind of mind that we're talking about here. People who just want peace, and she's attacking them and threatening them with restraining orders. Yeah, Camry 3, you know, I don't I don't like Queen Bee's channel. If I'm being 100% honest, we agree on this issue. We agree, but yeah, we've got a history, and I don't particularly like most of the panelists that go up there. Most of them, one or two are okay, but yeah, when you have what you have is totally 100% a drama channel when you open your panel and just have everybody just yelling at each other and talking over each other. And then you just sit quiet and hardly add any type of commentary or opinions at all. You just sit back and enjoy you just sit back and let the shit show take place all over your channel. It's, to me, I that tells me her and I are not the same. Just because we agree on this issue, we're not the same. I don't think that should be happening regarding this particular issue, much less any crime case. So
Or
I could smell her.
is that how you and Billy Joe met in the whorehouse on your knees?
They all prostitutes, right? Billy Joe's a prostitute. You can look at this woman and tell she's a prostitute. Let's look at her clothes. Let's get her right up. We want to get that ass right there. Look. Tell me if you've seen that on the block.
Jersey
Wow.
style, bitch in the house. Savage, hey. Hey, voices. Hey, Angela.
Say hi to all of them.
Hi, I am.
Say hi to all of them.
Right now I'm in Queen
Get
Bee.
burnt toast, Queen Bee. Get
I'm in
Queen
Queen
Bee.
Bee. Hey, Queen Bee. How you doing? I got you on right now. Queen
Right
Bee.
now.
Hey,
Hey, look at them dirty whores.
science girl. Hey, girl.
That is some trash right there, boy. That's right there. If that don't show the internet everything you need to see, then you don't need to see shit.
So while we're filling up this out,
Woo! Drugs is a hell of a thing.
like to participate just to make them cry a little more and say that we will not back down and we don't give a fuck what you say. Everybody,
Crack kills, woman.
why don't you drop a 99 cent or $1 in this either on super chat or super stickers just to tell them to go fuck themselves. If you guys want to participate, please do. It's 99 cents, and I guarantee it will make them cry.
There you go. She's like, I'm on Queen Bee channel now. Hi, Queen Bee. Like, anybody give a fuck whose channel you on, crackhead? You out here trying to defend a baby killer. You a skank. You're dirty, and I can smell you from here.
Is your mother? Is your mother? Oh, no, that's going to be her mother.
Do it again. Do it again. Watch how fast I'll go to jail in Georgia. Do it again. Do it again, bitch. Do it again. Do it again. I'll go to jail right out this motherfucker. You know why? Because I'm a tragedy pimp and I got a pocket full of fucking money. That's what I thought, whore. That's what I thought, whore. That's what I thought. I'll smack that bitch's teeth out her mouth, old crazy ass woman. She come out here thinking she's bad. Put your hands on somebody. Come put your hands on me. Come touch me, bitch. Come touch me.
Right here. You see that? That's the power of YouTube, baby.
now I officially believe.
Oh, yeah. The people, they tune into that channel.
Oh, she's
to
a
see what
YouTuber
we're
from
doing.
New Jersey. Okay. But see,
That's not true. That's not true.
okay,
That's
so
not
that
true.
apparently that's another YouTuber.
Don't walk your fucking,
Queen Bee.
walk your fucking ass over there to fuck.
Hey, how
Fuck you,
doing?
bitch.
Angela.
Get your ass
Hi,
the fuck
Angela.
over there, you whore.
Hi,
Fuck over there, you
Hi,
whore.
Angela. Oh, there's your mother.
Touch me. Bump into me. Bump
There's your
into me.
mother. Oh.
Accidentally touch
There's
me.
your mother.
Accidentally
There's your mother,
motherfucking touch me,
There's
whore.
your mother, baby.
I dare you.
I officially believe at this point that Dolly, I officially believe the claims of women that Dolly is an abusive piece of shit. I officially believe that now. I needed proof. See, that's proof. Maybe he's not being physically abusive, but that's enough to show me that it's not going to take much to get him there. I know his type, and it's not going to take much to get him there. because that's already abusive. There's absolutely no reason why you should be talking to a woman like that. There's no reason why you should be doing that.
Dare you.
Haters, you know what?
And nobody should be talking to anybody like that. But there are couples that argue and they say horrible things to each other when they argue. But the thing is they know each other. Somebody did something horrible, most likely, and it happens. But it's not okay for people to talk to each other like that. But when I see this guy talking to a total stranger like that, who he doesn't know anything about, who hasn't done anything wrong, that tells me this dude is perfectly capable of putting his hands on women. Perfectly capable.
If y'all watching, everybody roll down here. Y'all come on down. Y'all come on down to 535 Buck Halton Road. We having a goddamn block party out here tonight. Y'all make sure y'all come on down. The party starts at 4 o'clock. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Party.
Yeah, we do.
See, you know what I'm hoping happens? Because he's verbally abusing people. I mean, you can be arrested for verbal assault. That's actually a thing. So what I'm really hoping right now is, you know how law enforcement's building a case against Leilani right now? I'm hoping that they're building a case against him and Betty right now. That's why they haven't been arrested yet. I'm hoping that they are simply building a case, gathering evidence, letting them record themselves doing all this and that madness, and then they go, okay, we've had enough. You're done. And then take their asses to jail. That's what I'm praying for.
Yeah.
Don't blow to you.
Yeah. Bless you. Now, haters.
Oh.
Now, haters, what is that?
Shut up, Roach. This is crackhead news. Look, let's bring you crackhead news. Your dog don't even like you. Your doggy don't even like you. You're dirty, you stink, and you got a big ass paloopa. Your mother ain't worth the spit, bitch. Your mama was a whore just like you. Okay? I probably fucked her. You know what I'm saying? She's probably one of my 32. You dirty.
Oh, God.
Bitch.
All right. Moving on. This is going to be a while, folks. I just got my Jameson, and we're gonna be here a minute, folks. We got a lot to cover. Oh, man. Where's the... Oh. Yeah. This one kind of made me laugh. This one kind of made me laugh. I like to see Betty get all pissed off and Karen-y. This is a nice Karen. I think this is the Hugh Janus one I was going to play earlier.
Party away, little girls. Party away.
Those are our signs, and they're in the public easement. Listen, like, call the law. Call the law.
Call the
They're
law.
stealing our stuff.
Here we go. You're not saying a word to her.
They're stealing our stuff.
Put it on your own property.
Then give it back
That
to me,
ain't
and I
the
will.
property.
Then give it back to me, and I will. Stole our stuff. Leave them alone. Just stole our stuff all away. Nobody wants
I gotta
it
watch
here.
that again. I gotta watch that again.
That ain't the property.
She just got all distracted. That-
Those are our signs, and they're in the public easement. Listen, like, call the law. Call the law. They're stealing our stuff.
Call the law.
Here we go. You're not
Call the
saying a
law.
word to her.
They're stealing
Call the
our
law.
stuff.
Put it on your own property.
Then give it back
That
to me,
ain't
and I
the
will.
property.
Then give it back to me, and I will. Stole our stuff. Leave them alone. You just stole our stuff all away. Nobody wants you here.
Nobody wants you here.
The rest of my property,
They
Billy
just
Joe.
stole $100,000. I'm filing a complaint. Yep. We just watched them steal. We just watched them steal. Somebody call the law.
We watched them
Billy
steal.
Joe, they can't seem to get away from criminal activity here. So go ahead and call the law. They're stealing the signs. They're stealing our signs. And they're putting them in the vehicle and stealing them.
They're stealing the signs. They're stealing our signs. Nah. Call the law.
Right now. They just came out here and stole our signs. Go home, you're trash. Okay. Go home. Go home. Nobody wants you, you're trash.
Get out of my face.
Hey, Savage! Savage, how you doing, Savage? Tails in the air? How you doing? Or Betty, baby.
You should have
Trash.
Shout out.
Trash from trash. I'm not giving her the time of place.
Wow. This, I mean, these are grown-ups, folks. These are grown-ups. Okay? These are grown-ups. Keep that in mind. Now, I'm going to go over this shit for a second.
You see me?
And I'm going to tell you what I think of it. Now, I haven't listened to any
You
of
can't
it.
see me. Am I blurry?
That's just the way you look. It's not your camera. It's you.
They are pathetic. Yes, they are. They are pathetic. Yep.
Now,
Yeah, what they're doing out there is crazy. I mean, they keep tying up the law out there. It's them tying up the law.
I just want to hear her talk.
Mm-hmm. This is your right, BJ, and love and justice for baby Quentin. Hey, Chris. Hey, everyone.
Look at how cracked out Billy Joe is, though. Look at her jaw.
We don't mind people paying respect.
He can say that all he wants, but
Like-
he's just saying that to try and get in good with Billy, probably.
Look at this shit.
Should have known that from the beginning, not took 3 weeks to know. The dog is so cute. They said, Billy, you have a lot of support.
Oh gosh. I'll say it's long out here.
Now, do you see what happened here? I want you guys to pay close attention to this very keen observation that I'm making right now, okay? What has happened is Bullhorn asshole Cuck Dolly have gone
Say
out
hey to
there
share.
and they've created victims.
Who is that?
They've created victims out of Billy Joe and Lilani. Because now you've got this drama monger asshole who decided to go out of her way and try to get this woman on her channel. And now she's got people taking sides. Now there's all these people in support of Billy Joe. Even though there doesn't seem to be any cooperation or any effort from her to actually find Quentin. No effort at all. There's no how's tell us about Quentin. I wish I could, if I'm going to be up here, I want to tell you guys more about Quentin so that you guys have a okay. Thank you, Cherry. So that you guys feel a sense of connection to Quentin. That's what any loving grandparent would normally do. This is what you guys do. Please, you guys, look at this picture. Look at his face. This is an innocent little boy. Now, I understand to some degree defending her daughter, but she wouldn't be playing victim on a YouTube channel and on the news. She simply wouldn't be doing that. I don't know any mother or grandmother that would.
Oh, you have a puppy.
They were my
So how does she dox herself on here? I mean, they've been screaming out the address. So I don't know what you mean, Cherry. Like, I mean, she's as doxed gets. She's got her full name and her in the thing there, and but unless I'm missing something. But yeah, we don't like doxing people here, folks. So Cherry DM'd me privately to tell me, hey, be careful, because Billy Joe apparently doxes herself here. But oh, okay. Are you sure it's this one? Because she's on like 3 of them. Like now her and they're YouTube buddies now. Okay, thank you, Cherry. See, I'm not going to go over this. Not live as a reaction if that's the case, because I don't want people calling her. Oh, the cops show up. Okay. All right, so at least I know when that would be. So when the cops show up, got it.
They were my property once they were put in my property.
Yep. That's although exercise is good.
Like, look at this.
Yeah, if we start doing exercise out here, then police can come and they'll all have to leave because they'll be disturbing our exercise.
Now all of this is about them being harassed. Now there's a trend of Billy Joe and Leilani being victims. And that is, and I want to be clear, this is Betty's, Dolly's, and Cher's fault. All of them are responsible for that. So this is totally backfiring on Betty. Betty's out here harassing, yelling, screaming, calling them whores, calling them all the names in the book, verbally assaulting these people. And so now it's gotten to the point to where it's gone on so long that they get to play victim and go, oh, poor us. And nothing is about Quentin anymore. Nothing is about Quentin. And guess what? When it comes time for somebody to be sitting in court charged with a crime involving what happened to Quentin, their defense is going to use this. They would be fools not to. And you don't even need to be a lawyer to know that. You don't even need to be a lawyer to understand that. What's going to happen is now they're playing victim and they're going to sit there and say, oh, we were traumatized and everything that happened to us was unfair. And then they're going to try to sway the jury to try to feel sorry for them. To use this as smoke and mirrors from the evidence that law enforcement finally collected, which who knows what that's going to be because they're already having a hard time finding any evidence. And don't get me wrong. I'm telling you, I think Billy Joe, personally, my opinion, based on the facts that we're aware of, I think Billy Joe and Leilani are both shit. I think they are both guilty as sin about something. Either Billy Joe had something to do with it or had knowledge of it and is helping it be covered up. That is exactly how I feel. But this is not what you do. And I don't think there's ever been a case. I don't think there's ever been a case where I said that about a family of a victim. I don't think I've ever said that on this channel about any case. Except for the laundry case. Yeah, I think the laundries are dirty motherfuckers too. And I hope they lose that lawsuit. But this isn't the way to do anything. Because just from a practical standpoint, if you're trying to get justice for Quentin, this is counterproductive to that for the reasons that I just explained. A defense attorney is going to have hours and hours and hours of footage that they can use to turn the jury, to turn one juror, because that's all it's going to take. One juror that's going to feel so sorry for them, and then they'll be acquitted. There'll be a hung jury, and that's it. But this is the thing, is these people don't care. These are people that love to just use a baby's name to tug at the wannabe heartstrings, because people want to be people that care. But the ones that don't like to convince themselves that they do, and then they go, oh my goodness, poor baby. Those are the ones you see in chats that are like, when my baby got sick and almost died, got cancer, which it's very sad that they did. But these are people that are making the chat turn to attention them, to pay attention to them. These is what they do. And people who relate to this content and support this content are not people who give a shit about a 20-month-old kid. They are people who want to come off to other people like they give a shit about a 20-month-old kid. Because practicality, simple logic you would not support this behavior. You would take some small interest in how the law works and watch fucking Law and Order. All you got to do is watch 2 episodes. You'll have it explained to you. Because almost every scenario is the same. Every episode, there's a case and cops are out looking for evidence. The DA is going, I need more. They finally get the DA more, and then it goes to court. And then there's, some technicality, some objection, some evidence that the defense tries to get thrown out. Because think about that. Imagine that scenario. Since they're struggling to get evidence right now, what if through some technicality, through custody, through custody of evidence, or whatever you call that, chain of custody, of evidence, something goes wrong, and it could be the strongest evidence in the world, but something goes wrong with the chain of custody, and then that gets thrown out. And that's the only evidence that law enforcement has, but then the defense has all this shit. Then guess what? Quentin does not get justice. I'm not going to, I just wanted to prove my point about how I feel about Billy Joe there. Need to look at some more. I mean, breaking the sign down. Like, now you got a channel, and I don't want to speak for Hartley, but now you've got a channel. Hartley's a clip channel that I really like. But now there's this.
Fucking baby.
And this seems to be in defense of Billy Joe and adding to the appearance that they're victims now. Is this how justice looks? Leave them alone with an exclamation point.
Baby killers! Leilani, did you sell the baby? Did you sell your baby? If you sold your baby, let me know. I'll go get him.
I'm gonna get him.
Oh, gonna come join your girlfriend? Michael, are you lying about everything? They're all liars. Baby killers!
See, look at this. You got this music playing, and you got Billy Joe crying, and now she's a victim.
You are the reason why my heart is still above water. And if I could, I'd get you.
If a jury is picked wrong and she gets charged with something, and a jury's picked wrong, all the defense has to do is show that to a jury. This is unbelievable. Let's see if one of these idiots, because it's late. Let's see if any of these morons are live right now. Oh, yep. Let's
Yeah, and you know what, guys? I mean, there's some haters out there that sent some lady out here, right? Because, you know, they keep trying to say that I'm violating the law somehow. I'm breaking the law. So they wanted to send it because, again, protesting is a legal matter. And if you don't do it exactly right,
but
you don't do it above board, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble. And this young lady did just that, got herself in a mess of trouble and was left with a ticket as she left the area. For parking inappropriately. She was cited for that. And, you know, that's why you don't come out here and try to play with the big dogs when you don't know what the hell you're doing. You can get yourself in a lot of trouble. You can have yourself fined. I don't know what her ticket was. It might have just been a $50 ticket. It could have been a $200 ticket. I really don't know. But that's why you don't come out here. And not only that, you never go in a dangerous situation alone, right? I don't come out here alone for a reason.
I brought a
for them to put her in jeopardy just for her to look cool.
I brought a hobbit.
Was wholly irresponsible. Wholly irresponsible. And, you know, her egging people on and talking about their mother, again, wholly irresponsible. Coming on my channel to try to dox my mother is, again, wholly irresponsible.
Didn't we just watch you scream and encourage Dolly to be talking about somebody else's mother and called their mother a whore? Didn't we just hear you do that? And here you are playing victim because somebody talked about your mother.
And now that I have your information through the report, because I had to have a criminal complaint drawn up on you, I will be now checking out your family as you did mine.
Wow.
And I'm sure I'm a little more effective than you.
Wow.
Because I'm Bullhorn Betty, and you have teeth falling out of your mouth as you're trying to be disrespectful to me. So I really don't have a lot to say other than you get to see why we're here and why we do the stuff we do professionally and strategically, and then others are just kind of flopping around like flounders. You know, that's a prime example of why you don't come here. You don't destroy federal property like ripping up dollar bills. I think that's the reason why you got your ticket, because when the officer asked where those ripped up dollar bills came from, I told them it was her. And I explained to her that it was a federal crime to do that. And of course, he didn't cite her with the federal crime, obviously, but he did cite her. That's how it works, you know?
Wow.
No justice, no peace. Thank you, Michelle Davis. And I heard, yeah, you know, Michelle Sabat, you know, she wants to threaten me. I've done nothing to the lady. None of us have. But I can tell you, she will be met with the same disdain as that other lady. She comes here with that mouth. I can guarantee, just like the other lady, the people out here aren't very kind to that. That wasn't me.
Yeah,
you know, I tried to warn her. Nobody wants to listen. You know, I try to tell people.
She called herself a professional Karen.
So again, I'm just going to walk down, see everybody, see who's all here. I'm going to let you guys just watch for a second, and then I'll be right back with you guys. Again, I appreciate it. I saw Ricky Beavers in here. Hey, Betty Bullhorn Betty.
You know what's
What's
really
up,
fucked
baby?
up? Ultra Dark CEO.
Baby love, I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
Ultra Dark CEO. I actually refaced her once on Misery. It's actually up. I might play it. It's very strange because it's no different. I replaced her face. I replaced Kathy Bates' face on Misery, on the, you know what I mean? The the movie Misery. I replaced it with her face and it looks exactly the same. It doesn't look like I refaced anything. It's so weird. It's so weird. I'm going to come back to this. I'm actually going to show that to you guys. Hold on. You guys have to see this. Oh, man. Maybe I took it down. No, here it is. It looks I'm gonna play it one more time. It doesn't look, it looks just like Kathy Bates. Oh God. Yeah, totally monetized.
Come Monday, and she was cited by law enforcement. I have never been cited out here. I have never been arrested out here. I've never even come close. Not even.
Dude, I hope to God that they're just building a case on her. Like they really want to prosecute her. I hope that they're just like, yeah, we're going to make a fucking example out of these two idiots. I hope. I hope.
Not even close. Like law enforcement hasn't talked to me in any capacity that would warrant an arrest or anything.
And you could tell that
even
she's
at
scared.
11, somebody's saying that after 11, that doesn't matter. I am part of the media. I am press, whether they want to acknowledge it or not. I am press. The haters, you know, everybody else acknowledges like press. I mean, I get paid to come live. I'm reporting actual events. So whether people want to agree with the way I present it or not, we're out here, and I have every right to be here, even after 11 o'clock, because there's no curfew here. And we do have our constitutional rights, and part of that is freedom of press. So, and I'm actually, just to prove a point, going to be upgrading my badge to a Bullhorn Betty press badge, just to prove a point. Just to prove a point, because we are a legit organization.
I'm gonna get it from a
that covers
cereal
true
box
crime
instead of a
and
Cracker Jack
active
box
crime.
next time.
And this is an active and ongoing case.
Right, that you're fucking
The
up.
type of journalism that I strive to be
Yeah,
a
this
part
is
of
live.
is that of gonzo journalism. And if you don't know
Gonzo
what that is, go
journalism.
look at it. Again, protected under the Constitution.
Gonzo journalism. How
We
dare
investigate,
you even put your name
and we get involved
in the same as somebody like Hunter S. Thompson?
Keep up the great work. I will, big boy. I will. Thank you for your love and support. 2,300 people in the chat tonight, looking at all the craziness going on behind me, which really isn't crazy.
No,
It's
you
just
just fucked
people
yourself up.
exercising their
it's
mouths.
craziness.
Nothing's violent
you
out
know
here.
it's craziness.
This is peaceful.
You're
This is
aware
peaceful.
that
Just
you're
'cause,
creating chaos.
Peaceful protest doesn't mean
and you're
quiet
proud
protest.
of what you've done.
And that's what people fail to realize. What makes this peaceful is nobody is being violent out here. Nobody's burning buildings out here. There's nothing ablaze. You know, they're not throwing Molotov cocktails at law enforcement.
Not yet.
And
Not
look at
yet.
it. They're sitting, they're socializing, they're letting their voices be heard. They're you know, they had sage going earlier. I mean, they're just they really truly believe no justice, no peace right now. You know, Leilani's being able to put her head in her bed while her son is laying in a garbage dump.
And now, because of your fuckery, you got people to feel sorry for her for doing it. For not being able to do it if she can't. Now you've got people thinking she's a victim. Which will also affect jury selection. Good job. Good job. Says the person who knows so fucking much about the law. She doesn't know shit.
There's no words. We never do anything. Of the Light, thank you for being the newest member of the Coffee Club. We do appreciate that.
No, this is how you obstruct justice. Travolcado with Christy Fay.
Yes, that is true. Thank you, AG. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of lies, but you know what? It's funny how they've been saying we've been doing this well over a year, and we've been doing this right on YouTube for almost a year. Out of all the people that say I'm going to be arrested, never one time have I even come close to being arrested or ticketed, for that matter. How about the minor? You know, just the ticketing. I've never even come close to a ticket anywhere I have ever.
The only reason in past cases, I am of the belief it's because they don't want to martyr her. They don't want her feeling sorry for herself and collecting more money. They're just going to add to her being able to have content, and they just don't think it's worth it. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. Because the TBI went public. Paul Nerd, welcome. The TBI went public saying that people on social media, such as this, with false speculations, caused their tip lines to get flooded with fucked up shit, and ended up taking away resources, and that's why they haven't been able to get any credible tips. Because this became a shit show instead of a collected effort to find Summer Wells. People just focused on the shit show.
Ever been, ever. And that must kill them, because they send one person out here for the first time, and not only are they facing having a warrant out for their arrest, they also received a citation. So that shows you who is following the law and who is not, if I have ever seen anything.
God, that is fucking awful. And another thing that's happening here. Another thing that's happening here. Another thing that's happening here is the longer that law enforcement doesn't do anything about them, when people don't really understand that a lot of what she's saying is true. Like, it's not illegal to protest, but the fact is they don't want to waste their resources on handcuffing people, and it's a bad look. And she's manipulating this. She knows exactly what she's doing, because she's acting like it's me against the law. I've never done nothing. The cops have never arrested me, blah, blah, blah. She's basically taunting them. And so people like us who are seeing this, there are people who understand that this is complete and total bullshit, feel bad for these neighbors. And these are people that are going to start losing some faith in law enforcement. And we need to support law enforcement, because that's the only chance that Quentin has right now of getting justice. So now people that are seeing this behavior and law enforcement not doing anything about it, and not because they don't care or because they're incompetent, it's because they have limited resources and they have to focus on finding Quentin. So people are going to, who don't really understand how that is, are going to start losing faith in law enforcement there. And right now, law enforcement needs everybody's support, because, like I said, they're the only real chance that Quentin has right now.
We love you and support you, Betty and Dolly. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. They're starting to say no justice, no sleep. They're very clever with their words, I have to say. Some of these people are so good-hearted people. You know, I made a lot of friends out here. Some
These
really
people
good
are so good-hearted that they come up with something called, with a saying, no justice, no sleep, which implies that if you live in this neighborhood until Leilani is arrested, then you don't get to sleep. But they're such good-hearted people. Such good-hearted people. Betty. Okay.
good people, some really kind hearts that just want to come together as
you are a fucking asshole.
One for justice for baby Q. You know, people come out here and sit hours upon hours, just to support this baby. I mean, this is really a beautiful thing. Next to amazing. I mean, it's hard to, you know, it really tells you about your community when you have such a tragic event and you see literally all ages, all walks of life come here
literally
and really
all
put their
ages.
arms around.
Literally all ages, okay, that are out there, people bringing out their kids while their parents scream and curse and talk about a baby being murdered, and literally kids that are watching and listening to Dolly insult and verbally assault women. I mean, come on. Like, and these are such good-hearted people, according to this fucking moron.
Around this little boy, a boy that they've never met, a boy that they don't know, and literally thousands of dollars lay under that tent that this family stole, in addition to the signs. You know, they're just, they don't know how not to steal. It's in their background, it's in their DNA, lying and stealing. And many of you guys know what is the few things that Bullhorn Betty hates more than anything is a liar and a thief.
Here's the thing. Yeah, the one thing Bullhorn Betty hates more than anything is a liar and a thief. When she's constantly lying and she's stealing from her followers. Got it. Anyway, so I forgot what I was going to say because I was just distracted by that complete ridiculous fucking statement. Let's just move on.
Airing the show, you know, it's a little crazy out here. So, Pug Lady, keep doing what you're.
I remember what I was going to say. Okay, so here she is calling them thieves for stealing the signs, taking the signs off of their own property, that are also just jabs at them, and the way I see it, even though I think that this family sucks, I do, but the way that I see it, they have every right. If they're going to get trolled day in, day out, they have the right to troll back. As long as they're not breaking the law, as long as they're within the boundaries of the law, they have every right to fucking troll back. So I actually encourage that. I totally encourage them to do that. If they could be more clever than these assholes out here, I 100% support it. I totally fucking support it.
What you're doing for Baby Q. Thank you and God bless.
Shut the
Thank you and
fuck
God
up.
bless. But you know, I listen, guys. You know what? I had friends go to Portland, Oregon.
Exactly.
Okay, and they were riding around the streets of Portland, Oregon. Now, none of those people in Portland, Oregon, went to jail, but it looked like a war zone there.
Oh,
you know,
was that where you chased the guy that you accused of being Antifa and accused him of putting his hands on you when he didn't? You harassed him to the point to where you wanted him to put his hands on you so bad that even though he didn't, you accused him of it. Was it that Portland when you did that? Okay.
It's not like that here. I don't care what they're saying or putting in your mind. That's just not the vibe out here. People are just angry that this woman gets to sleep in her bed when she should be in jail. You know, I understand they have an investigation to take care of, but we hear time and time again the complaints of the people here is like she's on probation, double probation. She never even here. She literally has her probation officer still in North Carolina. How can you probably be monitoring a supervisee whenever they're in Georgia? I mean, I would think that would be a violation if you didn't tell your parole officer that you're leaving the state. But again, you know, I don't know how that all works between North Carolina and Georgia, but I'd have to think that if you change states, you got to transfer your probation. So you can still be under supervised release, or you're in violation of a court order.
It's almost Halloween. You know what I mean? Like people are wearing masks.
I just don't get it. It's odd to me. Maybe it's odd to all of you. No justice, no peace until Leilani is off the streets. Amen. Baby Q, grandma raised 2 murderers. Absolutely did. Totally in denial. They are going to force, they are going to literally force them to prove this case, and they will. And they will. I truly believe that they will. But you know, it's still they're gonna still have angry people like me saying, "Hey,
yeah, they're gonna prove the case, but there's a chance because of you that it's gonna get thrown out." Yeah, there's a chance because of you that they won't be able to find an impartial jury. There's a chance because of you that one juror, if not more than one, will sympathize because now you've made them out to be victims. Now there's a whole community out there that thinks that they're victims because of your harassment, because you're not protesting anything. You are harassing people. You're harassing innocent people. I'm not talking about Leilani. I mean, yes, innocent until proven guilty. Sure. But these neighbors have a right to sleep. Did you imagine? It's Friday night. You work a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job, and it's Friday night, and then you get home and you got to come home to this shit. And all you want to do is sleep in, relax, and you can't. Yeah, I know. He's been live all day about it, Mr. Smith. I know that there has been arrest in the Delphi case, and Gray Hughes has been extremely active covering that case. And so this is a big win for that channel and everybody who's been very passionate about getting those two little girls justice. So good on Gray, man. Good on Gray. Gray did great covering that.
Hey,
Yeah,
she should
no,
have been
this
off
is
the
live,
street sooner.
Canada 3.
You risked this community. You gambled with people's lives, and she has nothing at all, nothing to lose at this point, and there is nothing stopping her from hurting herself. Similar to Brian Laundrie. Law enforcement is not taking that into consideration when they're leaving her out on the street. There is nothing worse that I can think of than her son being murdered by her and her being able to take the easy way out. No, we want her to take the long road on this case. We want her to have to spend time in jail. We want her.
I'm leaning more towards what law enforcement believes, because they have not said that they believe that Leilani killed Quentin Simon. They believe that he's dead and she's a suspect. That's not saying that they believe that she killed him. That means that she's a suspect in the crime that they're investigating. They haven't said that they're investigating a murder, have they? Not once have they said that they're investigating a murder. Okay? If she paid attention, she would know that. So I'm leaning, let's say 70% accident and it's being covered up. 20% murder and it's being covered up. And 10% he's alive and they sold him. 10%. And that 10% is only that much, only because the money motive makes the most sense to me as to all the other shit. I'm wondering, because I'm trying to make sense of why Leilani and Billy Joe are totally thick as thieves and bosom buddies all of a sudden, when she has gone on TV and said she doesn't trust Leilani. She has been seen drinking and celebrating with Leilani. She, you know, and now they're just sitting together and they're buddies sitting in front of the house. The baby daddy's not sus. I don't think the baby daddy's sus.
We want Quentin to haunt her in every bit of her sleep. I said some of the most vile things I could have said to this woman to elicit a reaction, and she was stone cold, talking about her son having, maggots on him, and just some graphic, very graphic things. But I was eyeball to eyeball. She didn't flinch. She didn't.
That's not me. Her sound went out.
Regretful. She wasn't remorseful. It was just a whole host of a lot of bad.
She's never going to be remorseful to the likes of you. She's going to push back. You're pushing her. She's going to push back. This is not how you get her. You think you're going to break her down. You think you're going to be, you think you're going to have a fucking a court movie moment where she's going to go, oh, you're right. Oh my God, I can't take the guilt anymore. No, man, that's not going to happen. I mean, this woman has not seemed remorseful about anything. She's not even seemed like she wants any justice at all. But I guarantee you that you're not doing anything to lean her towards it. You're not doing shit. You're the person that is making it a reality, not just possible, not just like it is now a reality that there is now an entire community that is siding with, that is feeling sorry for her. And now baby Quentin is merely hardly a memory. Now baby Quentin is just a name that's being used to justify the drama going on between you, voices behind my balls, and this family. That's it. That's all that's happening now.
Reactions. It wasn't that of a reaction of somebody that truly missed their son, and the thought of these things just disgusted them. She didn't have those natural reactions of just bawling and almost vomiting from the thought and the sight or hearing that. That's what you would have expected from her. Nothing. We got literally nothing from her and nothing from Billy Joe. Literally nothing. Billy Joe was high on drugs. I don't know what drugs she was high on, but it was one, I've only seen the jaws twitch on one type of narcotic, and it's been cocaine, not necessarily the powder kind either. So I don't know what she was doing, but
Betty, you were charged with possession of cocaine, you fucking asshole. What are you talking about? Did you just hear her? She was like, I've only seen.
But she, I'm on drugs. I don't know what drugs she was high on.
I don't know what drugs she was high on. This is her segue to, okay, how do I say it was cocaine without coming off like I'm experienced and I know about cocaine because I used to do it or still do all the fucking time.
But it was one, I've only seen the jaws twitch on one type of narcotic, and it's been cocaine.
You mean in the mirror right before you got fucking arrested for having it?
Not necessarily the powder kind either. So I don't know what she was doing, but she was definitely visibly intoxicated, not on alcohol, but on substances. Today, all day, from the first time that they had contact with law enforcement about our signs, her jaw was moving side to side when she talked. And that is very indicative of being under the influence of cocaine.
Is it now?
Not just powder cocaine, but rock cocaine. Is that true? I don't know. That, in my experience, has been the only time that you got the jaw. Now, some people have said some kind of pills
wait.
Did you just
say? Hold on.
I don't. The jaw. Now, in my experience, has been the only time that you got the jaw. Now, in my experience, has been the only time that you got the jaw. Now, my experience has been the only time that you got the jaw. Now, in my experience, has been the only time that you got the jaw. Now, some people have said some kind of pill
in her
makes you do that
experience,
as well.
folks.
I don't have experience in pharmaceuticals.
You don't?
So
No?
I have no idea.
No, you have
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Oh my God, this woman is a fountain of content.
But I can tell you that she is most likely, she was definitely heavily intoxicated.
I do kind of hate her, but fuck,
Billy Joe is live in the house. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what she has. Well, at least 2,300 people have no care in the world of what she says. Why?
Betty,
Because she's on there talking about what? It's not about Quentin, and she's probably making money off that. If she's not, she will be soon. Watch. You're going to start seeing commercials on her stuff.
Like,
That should tell you everything you will need to know.
You mean like the commercial that we saw that we had to sit through before I could skip it when I clicked on this video? You mean a commercial like that? This woman is amazing, bro.
She's like, oh, that's so sweet. Tell your mom thank you. Yes, I'm a mixed bag. People that know me and watch me know that I'm a very good-hearted person. I love people. I love my community. I work very hard, not just here out on these streets covering these cases, but also giving back to my own community when I can. This has taken a lot away from me being able to do stuff in my own community for my own people, right? But at the end of the day, I don't like baby.
So I want to know. I want to know, since she's seen it, right? Like, she's seen it. What circumstances did you see this cocaine and rock cocaine used, Betty? Like, what was the scenario where you've seen it so much that you know it and you can spot it? The jaw movements. What experience do you have? Like, what I want to know the scenario, because she's so clean cut, right? She's never done anything, right? Would her excuse be that she just kind of happened to be in the room with people that were doing it, or like what? I wish you'd elaborate a little bit more on that, Betty, because I'm thinking, in your experience, meaning you, that you smoked fucking rocks and your jaw went nuts, but it didn't go quite as nuts as when you were on powder, according to you. It's like right there. We just heard it. The rock, in the rock form, cocaine. I mean, I don't know. And then she like spent the next 5 minutes explaining like disclaimers. I know I don't have any experience with pharmaceuticals or
baby murderers, and I have a very big voice. I have a very powerful voice. I learned that a long time ago when I started getting into
most cokeheads do
politics and realizing that we could make changes one person at a time. And it took that. And
listen, when you're in politics, okay, politics doesn't count. Being in a fucking Sarasota fucking bar bathroom, fucking chopping down rails and talking about Trump. That's not, that's not being in politics, just so you know.
And then I had an opportunity to be a part of Gabby Petito, a family member of hers, not her mom or dad or anything like that, but a family member of hers, as you guys know, reached out to my friend JLR and wanted help, just wanted eyes on the ground, just to feed back to them because they didn't know what was going on and law enforcement wasn't telling them anything. So we went out there and we uncovered a whole bunch.
You uncovered
really
nothing.
And so
you uncovered
even after
nothing.
the first, we were.
You uncovered nothing. Okay. What happened was, the only thing that even remotely resembled something being uncovered was when Chronicles of Olivia saw in a video a water bottle and then went out and got a replica water bottle, planted it. And it was so obvious when she did. Planted that shit and claimed it to be Gabby Petito's, and now made a name for herself as a creator, because Olivia is 150% full of shit.
Jonathan and my friend Heather were there on September 17th, and I joined in on September 18th, and we broke for a few days, and we went to some kind of political function. And at that political function, we ran into each other again. And he's like, hey, why don't we go here and do this and do that? And started strategizing on this house. And that's what we did. And many people saw that. There would have not been the type of national and worldwide news had it not been for the protesters in front of that house. And that's what we brought. We brought this to everywhere. Literally, if we weren't out there, we wouldn't have had French media out there, Japan media out there, I mean, they were all coming there because this beautiful girl just disappeared. Her boyfriend came back without her, and there was a lot of suspicion around her disappearance. You know, I had an opportunity to be a part of that, and at that time, it was really for the cause. It still is for the cause, but I just didn't realize going on in this country. That really propelled me to work harder and do better and find out more information. The one thing that Gabby Petito taught me in that case is one, that law enforcement will lie slap to your face, because they were talking about the swamp water. They were being asked tough questions like, how did he stay out there that long? And they were talking about swamp water being up to their chest. Well, that's because you moved your search 45 minutes away to the swamp instead of in that Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park, which was the last place he was seen. So there was a lot of questions into why they made that strategy.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up. Look at her face, bro. Like, look at that face. That's a face that when you're in prison, bro, like that's a woman's prisoner face. Like they model that face when they make movies about women's prisons, bro. Just look at it. Drink it in, folks. Drink it in.
But Bonnie, what they don't like is they don't like us being out here. Well, at the end of the day, you don't get to make the decision of what I do. My body, my choice. My mouth, I'll use it as I wish.
Okay, asshole. That's not what my body, my choice is. It's not what that. No. No. That's like saying, hey, my body, my choice. I can fucking go and just scream at people because my vocal cords are part of my body. I can go, hey, I could punch someone in the fucking face because my fist is part of my body. So my body, my choice. No, asshole. That's not what that. No. You're a fucking idiot.
And that's what I believe. So if they don't like it, you know, they're more than welcome to come here, right? They're more than welcome to come here and
Carrie
have their voices heard. We saw one of them.
I've made that comparison. I think I posted it in community once or something. I know I did it on Twitter. I compared the image of Ric Flair to her. Woo!
Them come here. I don't think she left with her voice being heard. She looked like a clown by the time she left here. I mean, she's got a charge and a ticket. Bullhorn Betty has never had that at all, by the way. You guys have never seen me get ticketed. You've never seen me go to jail. And it's because I do what I do lawfully and above board. And even out here, you know, it gets crazy at night. That's why I cannot participate, but I will.
No, Cherry, it's not wrong to order McDonald's at 4:15 a.m. as long as you get it with extra cheese. Whatever you get extra cheese on it.
Document and stuff like that. This is calm. This is calm. It is a breath of fresh air this evening to see people utilizing everything correctly and properly.
She is a serial domestic abuser. Yes, she is a serial domestic abuser.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, love.
You see her jaw?
Appreciate all the love. Oh, thank you.
Look at her jaw. Look.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, love. Appreciate all the love and support. I'm just tired. It's a lot. I gotta tell you, it's a lot. But anything for baby Q. Are you guys gone? God bless you. God bless you guys. Thank you for coming out here every day. Yes, absolutely. Anytime you're really alive, I'm thinking her. They're alive. And you guys going too? Yeah, I'm going. All right, I love you guys. Y'all be happy. Give me a hug. Come on. These are security. Yeah, I'm the security. Yeah. So guys, it's like it's breaking down out here. You know, everybody is you know, they got their voices heard. They're packing up, loading up. It's again been an evening. This evening, it appears like everything went off without a hitch. Now, there was some things that went on that brought us back out here, but of course we missed. So hopefully, I'm pretty sure somebody out here has it on live. And if you guys would like to see it, go find it.
Head wagon with that French fry guy, pal.
That's what I heard. They just didn't take them. They never take them.
That's what I say. You can slap around your.
Yeah, you can assault people. The only thing that Chatham County has proven is that you're more you're more inclined to go to jail for walking down the streets than committing an actual violent crime, and that's pretty scary for somebody that like me that's completely law and order and believe the people that are utilizing the laws properly should be protected, while other ones breaking the laws should be the ones that go to jail. I guess that's just where I don't see eye to eye with the police chief because of those reasons. You know, law and order is a big deal to me. It's what I've advocated for politically. I fund my sheriff, so I don't have situations like this, right?
Law and order is a big
and
deal
I
to
really
me.
truly believe that this is one of the defund police campaigns that went on, that people are really seeing the effects of that. That's just my opinion. Does that mean it's true? Well, you know, I don't see how. I don't see.
No, it's not a defund the police thing, you fucking moron. Like, those police are paid well and they're understaffed. They're understaffed. That's all that is. It's all that is. The economy's in fucking shambles right now because of COVID and because I for other reasons I'm not going to get into. That'll start some whole nother. I'm not opening up that can of worms here. Okay, but the economy is fucked up right now. And nobody, I don't care if you're on the left or the right or in the middle, you cannot deny that. So, but it has nothing to do with defunding the police. Shut the fuck up.
I don't see many sheriffs going and trying to rob money from the kids, you know, camera fund. And if they are properly funded, you know, you usually have contingencies in your budget to deal with stuff like this. You know, when you have searches like this, you have a fund that you can utilize without taking money from other resources like children's cameras.
You mean like, you know, not. Oh my God, dude. I gotta hear that one more time. Sorry, guys. I gotta hear this economic lesson from Betty real quick.
And if they are properly funded, you know, you usually have contingencies in your budget to deal with stuff like this. You know, when you have searches like this, you have a fund that you can utilize without taking money from other resources like children's cameras.
Wait, what? Children's what the fuck are you talking about? you mean they have a piggy bank somewhere? They ain't got a police piggy bank that they can reach into and make sure that shit gets done. Hey, asshole, that fucking that fucking station that was set up at the landfill, and men and women in hazmat suits and equipment, state-of-the-art equipment. You mean funds that don't exist for that because they're not utilizing funds for that because that shit doesn't cost money? You know, is that what you're talking about?
Hey,
How you doing?
good. Send me some love. Have a good night. Thanks for coming out.
Cold.
I know. I'm glad I dressed warm. So she says, watching from California, thanks for being Quentin's voice. No justice, no peace. Absolutely.
You're not Quentin's voice.
Absolutely.
You're not Quentin's
Outstanding
voice.
coverage. You're wonderful. God bless. Yeah. Well, again, this morning, you probably didn't see it. You can go back and watch it. Everything was going on without a hitch until these people came and stole the signs that were out here. And one of them said, "Thank you for being his voice." And it had Dolly, it had Chronicles of Olivia and me. And again, they stole that. And I was very disheartened by that because
Wait,
that was going to
what?
be used for all cases that all three.
Wait,
And
what?
I would had Dolly were out here. And one of them said, "Thank you for being his voice." And it had Dolly, it had Chronicles of Olivia and me. And again, they stole that.
Wow. So that's what you're mad about. You're not mad about the Justice for Quentin sign, or you're not mad about any signs that focused on Quentin. You were mad about the signs that were focused on you, Dolly, and Chronicles of fucking asshole Olivia that everybody thinks is a fucking sweetheart. You're upset that that sign that was praising you, that's the one that came to your mind. The sign that was praising you is what got stolen. That's what you're thinking about. That's what you're concerned about. Yeah, because it's all about Quentin, right? It's all about Quentin. It's all about baby Q. Shut the fuck up.
That. And I was very disheartened by that because that was going to be used for all cases that all three of us were on, all in the future. And
you didn't get a fucking picture of it? Like, what were you gonna do? Put it in a goddamn frame and then like draw straws as to which three of you idiot fucking assholes were gonna get to keep it?
And not all cases are like this. Some are, we do fact finding and get interviews and really dive deep in the investigative portion of it before we come out with an opinion. But this one was so it was just there. I mean, we come in 24 hours and next thing we know, Leilani did it and the baby's in the landfill and she doesn't remember. And since then, since they said, "Oh shit, we made a mistake by passing that out," they've been changing their story ever since. It went from Bubba seeing it to now he may have drowned in the water and, all this stuff. And I don't know. I don't know. Something's going on. Something stinks to high heaven. Thank you for
That's the one accurate thing that you've said this entire time. I don't know. I don't know. And something stinks to high heaven. Yes, something does stink to high heaven. That's absolutely true. That's why people who are trained are investigating what stinks to high heaven so that they can get proof and so that they can get a conviction, which you are jeopardizing by being out there and contributing to these people being victims now. Betty, you suck. Shut the fuck up.
For becoming the newest member. And let me. Sherry Hogan, thank you. God bless you.
Where's that baby, Leilani?
So we're gonna. I'm trying to get through all these things so I can at least do the get all the super chats here before I pipe down. Hi, Rosemary. I hope you're doing well. I miss you, honey. I miss you. I think I already hit these. Did I hit these? Oh, I went down. That's right. I'm going the wrong way. Oops. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Let's see which one's that. Yeah. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Hold on.
Once they get to the hotel room, folks, you know what's going on is Betty's pegging Dolly. He's getting his nightly pegging, right? He's getting his nightly peg, and and Dolly's reading off the super chats to her. He's going, "Yeah, get it harder, Betty. Mary Jane Martinez, you better give her $20 worth, Betty. You better give her $19.99 watching from California. Come on, Betty. Betty, give me that. Give me that peg harder."
Hold on, I gotta get the rest of my super chats. Thank you again. Am I going the wrong way? I can't tell. Did I get this one supporting? Okay, so I am going the wrong way. Okay, I'm gonna go back down. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's because you're stupid.
Sorry. There's that one. Sherry, we got you. starting to get dark. I need buses under outstanding coverage. Thank you, Rosemarie. Oh, here's one. Crack them rotten eggs, girl. I heard the house was egged. That's another thing that I missed. I didn't see the eggs on the house, and when we got out here the next day, they were cleaned up. We heard about them, but I didn't see them.
Oh shit!
Thank you, Debbie, for being the newest member, huh?
Yeah, become a member of my ass.
Oh, when
Do it.
tonight?
Do it, woman.
The little girl over there said somebody threw an egg at her. The little girl, the little blonde.
Oh.
The little tiny blonde.
Is that Mary?
Maybe.
The one that's always on live?
Maybe. I don't
Oh,
know.
wow. So somebody threw an egg at her. Well, I don't believe in assaulting people. You are back out there, warrior. Tell me about it. Trust me, I'm almost done here.
Oh my god.
Oh, so somebody threw an egg at her. Well, I don't believe in assaulting people. Oh, wow. So somebody threw an egg at her. Well, I don't believe in assaulting people. You are back out there, warrior. Tell me about it. Trust me, I'm almost done here. We're just going to get through these super chats, and I'm going to go ahead and actually, to be honest with you, there hasn't been any vile behavior. Nobody's even said
it was worth it. I mean, somebody was like, listen, I'm gonna pay $2 to let you know that I pray children aren't hearing this vile behavior. Yeah. And I'm interested to hear what Betty has to say about that, because she has to acknowledge that super chat, doesn't she? You can't acknowledge some super chats and not acknowledge others. That's not how it works. So
a cuss word out here since I've been out here tonight.
Oh,
so,
not tonight, but yeah. Okay. How many of these neighbors have kids? The fuck are you talking about? How many of these neighbors have kids, Betty? How many of these cars that drive by have kids in them?
It's not, I don't want people making choices on how to raise my children. I'm sure you wouldn't like people having choices in how you raise your children, so.
Wait, what?
Just opinions. But thank you for the super chat.
Hold on. Way to call her
Just
out.
opinions. How you raise your choices on how to raise my children here since I've been out here tonight. So, it's not, I don't want people making choices on how to raise my children.
Well, first of all, you don't have any children. Okay. You don't have any children. And hold on. Let me keep going.
Sure you wouldn't like people having choices in how you raise your children.
No, what I would like is the respect that I may not want to hear people screaming about a murdered child and cussing and calling people's mothers whores. I would like the respect that I may not want my child to have to hear that, because my child has the right to not be exposed to that until they are old enough to be able to process it and create opinions on these matters themselves. Until then, as a parent, it's my responsibility to protect that. Unbelievable. So here she is talking about, well, and she's talking about parents' choices, which is really funny. She's talking about parents' choices. Like, you don't think you're sitting here justifying your behavior, acting like, well, it's okay for you to cuss and scream these horrible things and say that it's because you don't get to tell somebody how to raise their kids. Well, right. You don't get to dictate what a parent exposes their child to. You don't get to dictate that. That's not your choice. That's the parent's choice. Unbelievable that she's sitting here talking about the right to parent your kid the right way. That's her fucking logic, is that you don't get to take that choice away from it. But you're taking that choice away, you fucking jackass. You're taking that choice away.
So just opinions. But thank you for the super chat.
Dude, I remember. Listen, I was at my brother's for Thanksgiving, and I got to hang out with my two nieces and my nephew, and I was really, really, really happy hanging out with them, and I was trying to like bond with my nephew, showing him superhero stuff, and my nieces too, just superhero stuff, and in my mind, my heart was pure because it's superheroes. This is the stuff that me and my brother liked when we were kids. I assumed it was okay, but then, you know, my brother's sister-in-law, well, I guess that makes her my sister-in-law, she was like, well, you know, we don't let them, you know, watch stuff with violence. You know, I mean, I get it, but, and in my mind at first, my first reaction thinking about it, I was like, well, I mean, it's fucking Captain America. What's your problem? You know what I mean? It's Spider-Man. What's your fucking problem? But that was the thing is, you know, my brother and my sister-in-law and my other sister-in-law, I'm the outsider. This is how they run that household that these kids are in. And they have every right to raise these kids the way that they feel they see fit. And I actually, when I thought about it, I respected it. And you know what happened? I found Spider-Man and Captain America and stuff like these little ones. I think they're on Netflix. I think it was Disney Channel actually, where, you know, it was actually made for kids their age specifically, right? So I was like, boom, compromise, cool, you know, but you respect how people parent, just because even if, I mean, it doesn't even matter if you're mother or father of the year with your own kids, you don't get to tell other people how to raise their kids. And she's trying to twist that logic into justifying her own behavior, whereas these people are just trying to raise their kids their own way. There's people out there that don't want their kids to hear about a child being murdered. And they don't want to hear people screaming at each other, calling each other's mothers whores. They don't want their kids hearing that. So no, you don't get to justify your actions with talking about a choice of parenting. It's the other way. You don't get to manipulate that. What a fucking asshole this lady is. Like, seriously, she sucks.
Addie Gallagher, thanks for being the newest member and part of the coffee club.
It's Teen Titans, Cherry. Teen Titans, like teenagers.
Horns are still going on out here. And I just want to remind everybody, I'm not in a car. I'm standing out here, just FYI. It's even more disturbing that CPA would take these kids from one drug again, give them to another. Yeah, and I think you meant CPS, but it probably auto-corrected for you. But yeah. Okay, there we are. Slow Rose, thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much for being a member and a true supporter of this. God bless you. Just a couple more. Actually, I think I got one more, and then I'm signing off. Dolly's breathing down my neck and telling me I got to shut it down. Mary Owens, thank you.
I need that. I need that strap on, Betty. Let's go.
I think there's one more in here, and then another member.
Hurry up.
All right, guys. I'm sorry. He's starting to tap his foot, guys. So I just want to tell you guys, I love you. God bless each and every one of you, and we'll see you soon.
I'm too goddamn horny.
Let's say bye.
Let's go.
Bye, guys.
Bye. All right, give me a hug, baby. Thank you.
What a fucking asshole. Oh my God, people. This has become not This is exactly what a true crime case should never be. Okay? This is exactly what a true crime case should never turn into. What we've got right now is we've got Betty out there obstructing justice, right? Taking away resources from an understaffed law enforcement agency that is trying to find Quentin. We've got that. Then we've got now a YouTube drama rivalry going on between her and Voices Behind My Balls. Cher, who I mean is obviously a fucking meth head, man. I mean, let's just come on. Come on. And now the waters are more than a little muddied, because now Voices Behind My Balls has recruited Billy Joe as a content gold mine, because now everybody's going to watch while she goes on there, while she just sits there and grinds her jaw and goes, this ain't right. This ain't right. And now she's a victim. Now she's a victim. Now Leilani's a victim. And now it's this stupid YouTube rivalry that has taken the stage, and baby Quentin is who knows where, because now everybody's all about the drama. No, Cher sucks. Okay, I don't give a shit. Like, Cher sucks just as bad as Bullhorn Betty. At least Bullhorn Boob has fucking enough enough grit to actually go somewhere, even though I think it's even worse. But she's not staying where she is out of respect. She's staying where she is because her money's going somewhere else, other than being able to actually go out there. But she probably will. She probably will. Yeah, I mean, this has gotten to a point where law enforcement's investigation, because we don't even know. Like, right now we're looking at this in a very one-dimensional way. Okay. Right now we're thinking about this just in law enforcement's eyes. Law enforcement is trying to find evidence, and okay, well, what if they find the evidence? Blah, blah, blah. Well, but the DA is now looking at this as, we have all these other things to consider. Who knows? Who knows what any of this could be used by a defense in court, because the DA is only thinking about how they can get a conviction. That's all they're thinking about. The cops are doing what the DA is telling them to do. The cops are saying, collect me evidence. Go out there and get me evidence. Basically, cops are there to protect and serve. Cops are there to kick ass, but in cases like this, and I don't mean kick ass by beating people, I mean kick ass by protecting us and being good civil servants and helping us out and making us feel safe. Yes, there's all that, sure. But in a case like this, law enforcement is there to get the DA evidence. Detectives are there to get the DA evidence. That's why you have crime scene investigators, you have forensic investigators, you have all of these different aspects of one law enforcement agency, and then you have the FBI that's helping out. But if they can't find any evidence then, but the worst part, the worst thought that I can think of is if they actually find evidence and for some reason it gets thrown out over a technicality, or the defense is able to use all of this YouTube shit as some sort of a technicality. And baby Quentin doesn't get justice. Sorry, I'm just looking at chat here. Yeah, that's the common. He called Cinema Shogun called her the Crypt Keeper. That's actually a common nickname for her. She's been the Crypt Keeper on YouTube for a while now. There's something seriously wrong with that woman. See, Adria Martin, I'm trying to say. I started this live off explaining this. I'll explain it again. I guess it's the kind of thing that, you know, as people come in and out, it's a very important thing to keep going is it's not a good idea to go out there and confront these people as much as we want to confront them, as much as we want to shut them down, right? Like, I have no doubt. We're talking about Benny Keys, okay? You guys brought up Benny Keys. Benny Keys going to go out there and shut him down in person, shut Dolly down. And that's just adding to the, you know, you guys sitting there and cheering that on and being like, oh, you know, like, and acting like it's fight night. That's just drama, you know? And that's you guys being like, yeah. And all that does is contribute to what I'm saying is the problem. That's not, you know, I mean, I would have done that shit in Rogersville. You know what I mean? There's a reason why I didn't. The reason why was because I don't want to contribute to muddying these waters, taking, you know, resources away from law enforcement. I want to support law enforcement. I want to do what they feel needs to be done in order to find Quentin, at least the minimum that I can do. I want to be able to do that. So I'm not going to sit here and you know, support Benny going down there and whipping Dolly's ass. I mean, that's all that is just fucking more content. That's all that shit is. You know, and I think Benny would do it. I saw Benny walk down a hill, walk down the Summer Wells home hill with a fucking log when these idiots showed up. You know, and I know his heart was in the right place when he did it. You know what I mean? I don't agree with it, but I know his heart was in the right place when he did it. Sherry, shut up. But I hope that Benny does not do that. I hope he doesn't. Because there's no good that can come out of going down there and adding to all the conflict. Like, the whole point of me showing all this stuff where these people are cussing and yelling at people, and the whole point was to show you how fucking crazy this has become, you know? And now what's fucked up is the people that this is all about, that are the biggest villains. They're the ones that have stayed the most quiet. And now there's a whole community of people that are thinking they're victims. And then they're going to have some sort of then they're going to have some sort of excuse, you know, and then they're going to start justifying their behavior. They're going to start making excuses for them, saying, oh, well, you know, they couldn't have done it because of this, or they couldn't have done it because of that. And then the conspiracy theorists and the sleuthers who are going to start making up scenarios in order to somehow justify and somehow justify and enforce their narratives that they're spinning. That, you know, everybody's going to have some sort of logical way to look at it, you know, and it's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Like, everything tells us that there's something really fucked up going on in that house, and somebody in that house is responsible for Quentin and what happened to him, whatever happened to him. And the police believe that it is Leilani. They have evidence that they haven't shared with us that they believe it's Leilani. And they wouldn't be spending the time and the money to be searching in that landfill that we saw them searching in that landfill to create a conspiracy, because they don't have the fucking budget to do that. So they believe that Quentin is in that landfill and somebody in that house is responsible, and that somebody is Leilani. And that's it. Occam's razor, people. The simplest answer is usually the correct one. I explained. 70, 20, 10. And that 70, I believe there was an accident. I trust Annie from 10 to Life. She's a smart lady and a good friend. And she believes that there was an accident. I don't always agree with her. This is actually one of the rare times that I do agree with her. But she believes that there was an accident in that pool. The babysitter reinforces that. And now they're just trying to find proof. And I would imagine it's hard to find proof in that pool. They had to try. But as I speculated before, I'm like, it's full of chlorine. I mean, what are you going to find? DNA in a chlorinated pool? It's going to be, in theory, it would be difficult to do that, I would think. But yeah, I think the most logical explanation would be that there was an accident, probably involving the pool, and Quentin was disposed of. Yeah, accident by neglect. Right. And that also does not make them victims, because if they're covering it up and they're not willing to take responsibility for it, nobody's willing to take responsibility for it. And grandma's helping her cover it up. Well, then we got a problem. You know, she's got a problem. And I just want to see, you know, like I love law enforcement in this situation, because they seem to only be concerned with Quentin, because there doesn't seem to be anybody else in Quentin's life, in his immediate life anyway, that seems to care or give a shit about getting answers. And law enforcement just simply seems to care about a 20-month-old kid and bringing him peace. And they're working tirelessly to do it. So I absolutely 100% support law enforcement in this case. and I trust law enforcement in this case. But I do wonder. Um, it's just hard right now for me to understand Leilani and Billy Joe's dynamic right now. And I'm not buying the crocodile tears. I'm just not. Their actions are contradictory to their crocodile tears. They just are. I'm just not buying it. And right now, law enforcement is the only chance that this kid has for any peace. And I support them 150%. I absolutely do right now. And I condemn the actions of anybody that's I condemn any actions that are in any way any chance of not getting him justice, and that especially means whatever would happen in court, hypothetically speaking, if it ever got to that point. Hopefully whoever's responsible will come forward and plead guilty, or they'll be cornered to a point to where they would have to plead guilty and it would be the best option, like Chris Watts. I hope that would happen. But we have to consider the worst case scenario, and that worst case scenario would be as far as the investigation goes and them actually making an arrest. The worst case scenario, and that would be that it does go to trial, and that the prosecution is faced with a overwhelming responsibility to prove this case. And all of this shit makes it difficult for, or makes it easy for the defense. All of this shit is just more smoke and mirrors for the defense to use and distract the jury and manipulate a jury, all of this shit. And I don't want to see that happen. So the YouTubers haven't made the case go viral. YouTubers jumped on the case because it was already viral. The bottom line is, as long as there's a true crime community, a 20-month-old going missing is going to gather attention. That's just how that is. It's just how that is. And there's really good YouTubers out there that cover cases like this and bring awareness and get people to, to a point to where it's like, we don't want to take this shit from people anymore. But unfortunately, a case like this gets attention from grifters who are like, well, I have a car and a YouTube channel and I can just tell people, well, I'm going to go down there and make a difference. And then they give them money and then they just fund a vacation for them. So basically it's a day at work. Like Betty says, she's working, but she's hustling. What she's doing, she's hustling. She's sitting out there all day and filming people yelling and screaming. And then she's collecting super chats going, "You're doing God's work. You're doing good work." And then she gets to go home and, fucking peg Dolly in a hotel room and celebrate the fact that they made a bunch of money and not do shit with it except fucking buy Dolly weed. It's asinine. It's insane. I don't know about all that stuff, little chickadee. That, you know, Betty's mom and her cancer is none of my business, and I don't wish any bad things on anybody. And, you know, truth be told, if her mom has been diagnosed with cancer, I wish her the best. I hope she pulls through and hope she's okay. I got no problem with Betty's mom. If Betty were diagnosed with cancer, I would wish her the best and hope she pulls through. I just wish she wouldn't be doing what the fuck she's doing. I think what she does is fucking disgusting, but I don't wish any bad things on people. And if you think that me wishing that she gets fucking hauled off in handcuffs is wishing bad things on her, you're wrong. It's a good thing, because if it comes down to her being in an inconvenient situation that she put herself in by breaking the law, and Quentin Simon getting justice in a court of law against the people who people or persons who are responsible for him, yeah, the choice is easy. Betty going to jail. If she's obstructing an investigation, yeah, I want her to go to jail. Absolutely. But I don't want her to get shanked while she's in there. You know what I mean? I don't want her to get cancer while she's in there. I'm just saying, you know, Betty deserves to go to jail. Absolutely. Like, her record speaks of her being an absolute fucking menace. And we've watched her harass other YouTubers on here, dox people. I mean, yeah, Betty belongs in handcuffs. You can't tell me otherwise. There's nothing that you're going to say that's going to change my mind on Betty being an absolute fucking menace. But I don't want her to die. You know what I mean? I don't want her mom to die. That's fucking awful. Yeah, and they only and they're not protesting anything. It's like Six Up Media said, man. Oh, it's MGL. Sorry. Okay. MGL's mom was diagnosed with cancer, and I'm sorry to hear that too. But yeah, it was like Six Up Media said. If Betty was there to protest, she would have protested in the way that we already know that she knows how to protest, because we've seen her crash school board meetings and city hall meetings, and we've seen she's done all this. She's done all this. She made a name for herself doing it. So, you know, if she cared about Quentin Simon, and she and her concern is that law enforcement isn't doing what they're supposed to be doing, she would have attended that meeting that took place either yesterday or the day before. She would have absolutely attended that. But the thing is she didn't fucking know about it. And why didn't she know about it? Because she doesn't fucking care. Because it's not about that. She's too focused on harassing that entire neighborhood, and she's too focused on Karening everybody that she's attracted to do it. That's it. That's all she cares about. She doesn't give a shit about law enforcement doing their job. She only cares, as we were just listening, she only cares that they're not fucking with her. That's all she cares about. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't, honestly, I mean, do what you want to do. I'm just saying, I'm not the type to report channels. I just don't do that, you know, and do what you want. You know what I mean? I mean, the report button is there for a reason, so I'm not going to fault anybody for using it. I would just rather be up here, and I feel like I'm being more effective by spreading awareness. I just, I just when those are the kind of channels that like report and strike and shit like that, because they can't come up with some sort of counter. Like I'd rather hope that people kind of see the light, more or less, change their minds. They understand where their money's going and what's going on, and how useless what they're doing is. I would rather try to inspire, you know, uh, yeah, Star, she had every chance. Now that she's on a YouTube channel after she's being attacked by other YouTube channels, of course she's going to make it about Quentin, because she's been criticized about it so much. Star, open your eyes. Look at all of her behavior prior to this. Look at all the facts on the case. You're just thinking about the drama on YouTube. You're not looking at the facts of the case. And no, she's not a suspect. She's not a suspect. But I am accusing her only of not giving a fuck about Quentin. That is what I am directly accusing her of. I don't think she gives a fuck. So you can be mad at me about that all you want. You can be mad at me about that all you want. Yeah, 80s, baby. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I mean, I'm not I'm not here to attack anybody, but when I see fucking stupid shit like that, you know, and they try to talk to me like they're being logical, oh, well, you would have seen that it was about Quentin when if you would have watched Cher's live. No, dude, Cher doesn't even give a fuck about Quentin. Cher gives no fucks about anything except feeding her fucking nose. And it's fucking obvious. It's absolutely obvious. Yeah, it's just so fucking annoying, dude. Because now, you know, now in the public's eye, these people are fucking victims. Like, I already got people in my chat fucking defending her. Oh my god, she misses and loves Quentin so much. Blah, 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 blah. And now, like, now jury selection is on the way to being absolutely difficult to actually take place. It's probably not. Yeah. You know how hard it is? It's going to be to get a change of venue. You know how hard that's going to be? It's just fucking ridiculous. Yeah, she did the same shit with the Summer Wells case, Adria Martin. You're absolutely right. Yeah, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. You guys are awesome. I appreciate all your support. If you could take a second to hit the like. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I just bring the truth, y'all. That's all I do. Just bring the truth. Yeah, I'm sorry, OTRM. But I appreciate all you guys, man. Seriously. It means a lot to me that you guys take the time to listen to my my rants. But yeah. It's just, man, and I'm trying to find the humor. I can find the humor sometimes, but a lot of it is like tonight, to see it, having not really focused on it in a day or so, I to see it and the level that it's gotten, it's really disheartening. It's really depressing because all I keep thinking about is the grand scheme of things and where this is inevitably going to go if things go the way that we all want them to go. And that would be in a courtroom, if nobody pleads guilty, but it would be in a courtroom, and there's all kinds of mud in that water now. There's all kinds of fucking mud in that water now, and it's fucking depressing. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I do love you. I love you guys so much, and I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Hit the like for me, subscribe if you're not already, even share this if you want. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.